3-minute talk about the USA. USA stands for United States of America. It's nearly as large as Europe. In the north it's bordered by Canada, in the south by Gulf of Mexico, in the west by the Pacific Ocean and in the east by the Atlantic Ocean. The flag. The red stands for courage, the white for liberty and the blue for justice. The 50 stars are for the 50 states in America, and the 13 red and white stripes are for the first 13 states. Alaska is the biggest state there. Now I'll tell you something about the history. The first immigrants were from England, Spain and France. They came at the beginning of the 17th century. They had many problems how to survive, but the local Indians helped them. At first, the local Indians and the colonists were friends, but when the local Indians thought that the colonists will take over America, they made war. In 1775, there was another war between the British Army and the colonists, because the colonists had to pay taxes to the British Army, but they wanted, so 1776, the colonists declared their independence to the British Army. The Sioux were the largest tribe. They lived in South and North Dakota, Colorado, Wyoming and Oklahoma. The men had to went to war, made tools and hunt buffalo. And the women cooked, dried food, made leather, clothes and tents. The Sioux lived in tents, which are made of leather and wooden poles. The sites. In the USA there are many sites like the Golden Gate Bridge, Grand Canyon and Mount Rushmore. My favorite is the Golden Gate Bridge. It's in San Francisco, California. It's a special site there. It took 4 years to build it and it was opened in 1937 for traffic. This was my 3-minute talk.
3-minute talk about the USA. Geography. USA is bordered by Canada in the north, by Mexico and the Gulf of Mexico in the south, in the east by the Atlantic Ocean and in the west by the Pacific Ocean. There are 50 states. Alaska is the biggest state in the USA. Big cities are, for example, New York, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Las Vegas, Boston and Philadelphia. The flag. The flag is called Stars and Stripes. There are 13 white and red stripes. They stand for the 13 colonies. There are 50 white stars. They stand for the 50 states today. History. The first settlers came in the 17th century. They came from England, Spain and French. The first winters were hard because they couldn't find enough food, but the local Indians helped them to survive. After the first harvest, they celebrated the first Thanksgiving Day. Now it's a national celebrates day. The settlers and the Indians traded, but then the settler took too much land and they fought. The colonists still had to pay taxes to Great Britain, but they didn't want to because they didn't live there, so they decided to be independent. So the USA was found. The Sioux were Native Americans in the USA. They lived in tents called teepees, and they lived from buffaloes because they ate their meat and made clothes and tents out of their skins. Many Native Americans find it difficult to live in our world today because it's a lot different to their lifestyle. Sites. The Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon is in Arizona and it's 60,000 feet deep. The Colorado River runs through it and it's so fast that you can't swim in it. The Golden Gate Bridge. The Golden Gate Bridge is a big red bridge in San Francisco. You can drive over it by car or by bike.